'Twas a dark and stormy night in the northeastern Badlands. That blasted, warped landscape of craggy outcroppings and gray, lifeless soil. The acid rain continued its downpour from those cursed purple clouds above, as the camera panned down to focus on a nondescript cave carved into yonder cliffside.
Oh, shit. Come on now. Come on now. Give me that. Give it to me.
And it was here where Crystal Everfall rematerialized in a puff of smoke and a flash. She now found herself just a few feet inside the cave's entrance, the droplets of acid rain pounding the earth from a relatively safe distance away as she gazed out to the horizon. She quickly spotted the ghost town she was just in a few moments ago, pre-teleportation spell. As a bolt of lightning came down and fucking obliterated the very awning she was just sheltering beneath.
Whoa! Talk about close calls, am I right?
Hey, is someone there? Who the fuck thinks they can be in a cave?
Shit.
How's it hanging, ladies and folks? My name is Chris R.R. Bauzo, and this is my show. You're about to hear the Season 1 finale of my ongoing sword and sorcery sci-fi narrative. A story written, read, performed, and edited, all with your... You know what? Fucking intro. Rodney leapt from his sleeping position on the cold stone floor and drew his blade, just in time to spot his assailant, the very elf that Azataz had warned him about. Clad in a lion head headdress and blood-red tunic, a plain-looking plaid scarf and golden gauntlets. The one who promptly sprung into a fighting stance in response to his hostile approach.
So you're the famous Rodney all of Pineville's after.
And what if I am?
Answering a question with another question, I see.
She quipped as she zoomed forward with a supernatural swiftness, lunging for the bastard's throat with the strength of 10 elves. But alas, Rodney easily caught them punchies with his bare hands and hoisted the elf into the air by her fists.
What? How? I'm supposed to have 10 times strength right now.
10 times 0 is still 0, girl. Now I believe I was the one asking the questions. Who are you? And why did you come here?
They call me Crystal the Rest, the most powerful wizard in this entire cave. And in case it wasn't obvious, I'm here for my 69,000 gold reward.
I seriously doubt anyone actually calls you that.
It'll catch on. Now, how's about to put me down nice and smooth-like and come quietly? That way, we can skip the part where I beat you within an inch of your life.
I don't think so. Hold up. Is that my fucking lion you're wearing?
Your lion? You left the poor thing to die at the bottom of a ditch, you son of a lich!
Oh no. I'm sensitive about that.
Sensitive about what?
Nothing. I've got, sensitive gums. Yeah. My gums are bad. Bad news.
And as she and he locked eyes in the long, drawn-out stretch of silence that followed, up close and personal enough to get a great long peek into those purple-tinted windows to his soul, a light bulb flickered into existence above Crystal's head as she finally put 2 and 2 together.
Oh my goddamn god! You're Umbrelai, the Lich Queen's bastard son, aren't ya?
I should kill you where you stand for speaking her name in my presence. Who the fuck do you think you are, elf?
A threat to which Crystal simply flashed her small sideways smile in response, mentally preparing herself to deliver the sickest clapback ever to be uttered in the northeastern Badlands.
Who am I? Just the chick who played tonsil hockey with your mom's box the other week, you prickless shit.
Then she kangaroo kicked him in the nards, causing him to keel over in ball pain and hunch over to nurse his shattered pride. So she leapt into the air, high above the warrior's involuntarily bent over form. And with her newly freed arm, she came crashing down on him with a double fist hammer punch to the back.
Ah, my back! Fuck!
And FYI, I'm about to F you up.
Rodney lay prone on the ground, the tinges of a shroom trip rapidly encroaching his psyche, creeping into the edges of his vision as he struggled to parse meaning from the swirling turmoil of primary colors that tunneled his line of sight. That chaotic static grew in his periphery, rang in his ears, assaulted his nostrils and tongue, until he was reduced to a writhing, gibbering mess of a man. He started doing the worm along the ground, chanting in a language so ancient and forgotten that it made Crystal's mortal ears bleed upon hearing it. So she kicked him in the nuts a second time, snapping him from his trance as she drew a bone sword from her bag of holding.
Now stand up and fight for your freedom, Mr. Mommy Issues, before I change my mind and finish the job right here, right now.
Okay.
Though this was not her original intention, Crystal figured she had apparently earned the respect of the savage before her, evident from the way he held up his sword, en garde style, waiting expectantly for her to do the same. She couldn't help but snicker at the sight of that 6'8" hulking figure who had manufactured a rough approximation of elegance in his current pose. Bobbing back and forth on the balls of his feet, brows lowered, teeth clenched, and deep purple eyes staring daggers into his opponent. The elf, who quickly collected herself and struck a similar stance to that of Rodney's. The combatants locked eyes once more, an impromptu staring contest that accompanied their preliminary crossing of blades. And then, the dueling continued on the flick of a beam, with Rodney swinging his sword with artful dexterity and brutal power in equal measure, as Crystal parried his lightning-quick slashes and thrusts with her bone sword, that long, thin blade crafted out of one of the lion's femurs.
Steel beats bone, and I beat you.
Not if I use another sword! Ha ha! Oh, Poopy.
Anything else in that bag of tricks of yours?
Unfortunately, no. Unless you count bone knives.
Fuck. You just done gave me a flesh wound. Is that all you got?
Not by a long shot, buddy boy. Now taste my bone hatchet. Ah, jeez. Did that lion have osteoporosis or something? These are some really cruddy bones. Bone flail.
More like bone fail.
But alas, as cool as her arsenal of bone weaponry looked, in practice they were not very effective at all. For now, Crystal was fresh out and presently sidestepped, ducked, and/or dodged all the wide, powerful broadsword swings that came her way.
Give it up, knife ear. You can't run forever.
You can't fight forever.
I'll fight for as long as it takes. Now stand still and die.
Rodney reared back, clutching that fatally sharp blade, choreographing his intent of thrusting it clean through her sternum. So with her killer glute, she leapt up in time with his strike, landed on it, and springboarded right off, doing 4 front flips and a McTwist as she soared over his head in slow motion. But Rodney, in a motion so fast that he seemed to move at regular speed, he swiped upward with his blade, leaving a tiny red slit across the airborne elf's cheek and a grimace of shock upon the rest of her face. Because when she landed in a gratuitous squat several feet away, reached up and touched the wound, it bled a little onto her golden-gloved fingers.
Enough of this BS. Time to bring out the big guns.
Crystal grinned as she brandished her wand, with its rapidly rotating Gatling gun-style chambers presently poking out from the crystal apple's stem. The whole setup glowing a hot pink as she unleashed her ultimate technique. Level 2 magic missile.
Right to bare arms, you fucking cocksucker.
The elf opened fire, unleashed an endless torrent of magic missiles from her wand, unloaded her rapid-fire assault as she ran up the cavern wall and did a cool slow-mo cartwheel flip through the air, leading her blasts, aiming them not at where the brute was standing, but to where she knew he was going to be. But even still, the savage Rodney was not there. Instead, he had somehow folded in on himself, disappearing from view as Chris Stahl wasted an entire clip on some stalactites.
Sneak attack!
Rodney charged from directly behind. How he had traversed across the chamber in an instant, she had no idea. But Chris Stahl was more than quick enough to meet his approach with a swift, vivacious roundhouse kick to the hip. Though Rodney was quicker still, as he deflected her attack with a sucker punch to the foot, a pot shot with enough force behind it to send her staggering backwards. As he rushed forward, placed a hand on either shoulder, and came in for a headbutt so powerful that it sent her careening across the cave. With the sure-footedness of a cat, the elf landed on her feet, reloaded her wand, and continued firing. As her bounty, the warrior Rodney dodged, ducked, dipped, dove, and dodged again, moving his body in directions utterly incomprehensible to the mortal mind. Though as brain-boggling as the warrior's fourth-dimensional dance about the battlefield was, there were just too many projectiles for even him to handle. Time seemed to slow to a crawl as he matrix-leaned underneath some more of those arcane blasts. As a few of them grazed his chest, drew blood, and tore holes in his brand-new leathers. And one lucky magic missile punched clean through his thigh as well. Rodney groaned wordless obscenities of agony as he slumped to one knee, as Crystal slowly, cautiously, carefully approached the incapacitated warrior. The barrel of her wand trained on his head throughout, until she and he were within point-blank range. Then she cocked it once again, satisfied to hear an audible gulp emit from his throat, as she cleared hers and spoke.
Now I know what you're thinking. Did she fire 1,000 shots? Or only 999? Well, to tell you the truth, I kinda lost track myself in all this excitement. But, being as this is a crystal apple-tipped obsidian wand, one of the most powerful magical MacGuffins in the land, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Rodney leaned into the glowing hot tip of Crystal's wand until it branded his forehead, kneeled before it unflinching, leering up at her with those eyes.
You won't.
Calling his opponent's bluff as she promptly pulled the trigger.
Shit. I guess it was 1,000.
He sprung upright in an instant, gingerly favoring his good leg as he sent a flying knee crashing into the elf's jaw. A blow which bowled her over, knocked her off her feet, and loosened the cast iron grip she held upon her wand. She watched in horror as the thing slid across the chamber and out of reach, as his gigantic, baseball mint-sized hand seized her reeling, battered form. He lifted her up off the ground by the throat, and with a manic, demented, blood-stained smile spread across his countenance like wildfire, he began to squeeze.
Do you think I'm fucking around? Do you think I'm fucking around? Well, guess what? You pointy-eared root chewer. I am, in fact, not fucking around. Now shut up, eat shit, and die. In that order.
The lack of blood flow to the elf's brain caused her vision to blur and darken around the edges, presently to such a degree that all she could see were the glowing, deep purple eyes of her opponent. She bled through the nose, capillaries bursting in her eyes, with a face turned blue and ears ringing with the sound of Rodney's guttural, prematurely triumphant screams.
Yeah!
So it had been a different, more foundational type of sense with which Cristal beckoned to her dagger. The tiny, shrunken glint of faux gold strung about her neck. The one whose handy-dandy force-pull enchantment was apparently still in effect.
My fucking arm! Ah, shit, my arm! Oh, this is where my arm used to be, and there's where it's not anymore. Oh my god, my arm's gone! What am I gonna do? How am I gonna jerk off? My arm's gone! Oh shit, my arm! You chopped off my arm! Oh my god, my arm! Oh shit, my arm! Look at this stump! It's a stump! Oh, my arm! No! Oh no! That's my favorite arm! Oh, that was my good one! That's the one I liked! That's the one I was gonna get tattooed! Oh, my arm! Oh shit! You chopped off my arm! Ah, you dummy! That was stupid! I hate you! I hate you! You chopped off my arm! Oh, fuck!
How many times has this happened to you? You're looking for a decent voice actor to really bring your script to life, and you end up with guys like this.
Hold on, let me deep throat my microphone real quick.
Yeah, let me remove the pop filter so you can... Really? My mouth noises. So...
Hi, Billy Mays here with a fantastic new service that's taken the voice acting world by storm. Introducing the Wizard Scroll line of services, now available on Fiverr. If you're in need of professional-grade voice acting for podcasts, cartoons, YouTube videos, reels, shorts, musicals, and more, then boy do I know the perfect guy for you. If you've heard any of the content Chris has put out over the past 3 years or so, then you already know the kind of quality your boy can deliver. So if you need fast, reliable service from a guy who gives a goddamn, get yourself to Fiverr.com today. With oxygen filling her lungs once more, Cristal slammed Rodney's face to the ground at a rate of approximately 69 meters per second. That's right. She just RKO'd his ass out of fucking nowhere, and presently pinned his prone figure to the cold stone floor, with a heel to his one good arm and a knee to his back. Then she pressed the razor-sharp edge of Rodney's own sword to his throat and spoke, haltingly.
The choice is yours, bucko. Either I drag you back to Skullcap Castle in chains, or a body bag.
Fuck you.
Rodney promptly phased through the ground below, disappearing into the rocky cavern floor, only to emerge from the ceiling above, drop-kicking his way directly into her skull.
What the? How the? Why the? Ah!
And lo, the warrior stood victorious over the elf's toppled, battered, and bruised frame. Cristal lay limp, ragdolled out upon the ground at Rodney's feet, unresponsive but still breathing. Though it wouldn't be long now before that sick, twisted son of a lich retrieved his blade and impaled this elf girl upon it. Wouldn't be long before he was out of this shitty cave and on his way to the Lich Queen's doorstep. Before he, King Rodney, avenged his fallen populace and imposed his indomitable will upon that world once more.
And so comes the death knell, and his name is Rodney.
So he swung down with all the hate, the malice, the rage coursing through his veins, swung his blade down, 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 forever down. Thrust his sword clean through that black, silhouetted figure. The one that had suddenly taken Crystal's place upon the ground and fizzled into thin air soon thereafter.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Rodney whipped his head up, left, right, then straight ahead, to where that sardonic, chapped and cottonmouth-ridden grin, where the wizard it was attached to, where they both emerged from the darkness of the cave. With that crystal apple-tipped obsidian wand securely in his grip, blowing upon the end of his magic staff like a smoking gun.
Thanks for the help, Rodney, my boy. You really showed that elf who's boss. Me!
Wizard! What the frick? I was just about to kill her. What did you do? Where did she go?
Don't worry about such details, my king. Let's just say that with where I sent her, she'll wish she was dead. And as for you...
Rodney pointed at himself and mouthed like he was asking, me? As the wizard proceeded.
It is the dawn of a new day. Your destiny awaits. Now get the fuck out of here. Can't you see you're spoiling my moment? The protagonist of this story, as it has the wise, has prevailed. Baby!
And so, without another word, favoring his good leg, he limped off, placing his one remaining hand upon the granite cave wall, leaning on it for balance as he slowly but surely found himself the fuck away from that guy. He stopped at the mouth of the cave, gazed upon the sunrise, upon the tranquility of clear, cyan skies, feeling the cool morning breeze blow through his beard, and for a moment he allowed a small sideways smile to creep up onto his face.
What the? Who the? Rodney, you son of a lich! Literally!
Oh, good, you're finally awake. I'm Scarletta. I found you blacked out in the alleyway outside. You look like you got your shit kicked in something fierce. What's your story, stranger?
Well, my name's Crystal. I was in the middle of a final epic climactic showdown with this guy Rodney, who is actually the Lich Queen's son. He knocked me out and I woke up here. What's going on? Where are we?
I hate to be the one to break it to you, Crystal, but we're in the demon realm.
The demon realm? How? Why?
I don't know about you, but I was banished here by that piece of wizard shit Azataz about 4 months ago. Right after he murdered all of my friends and family, that is.
Wow. I'm sorry for your loss. Wait a minute! Azataz? Oh shit, my wand! Oh, the old bastard must have taken it. Fuck!
So, that despicable old deceiver got you too, huh? Well, might as well get comfortable, because now you're stuck here. Just like me.
Stuck? In the demon realm? No, it can't be. There's gotta be a way to get out of here.
Believe me, I've tried everything. If there was a way back home, I would have found it. Not to trounce on your hopes and dreams or anything, but it's better if you accept your fate sooner rather than later. Now that you're here, you'll be forced to become a begrudging cog in the capitalistic machine for the rest of your natural life.
Wow, that's pretty depressing.
Welcome to Heckopolis.
Is there anything fun to do around here?
Consume product and sleep?
That's all.
Not much time for anything else. I've got bills to pay. And if you think that you're gonna live here without pulling your weight, you've got another thing coming, Missy. I don't care how hot you are. If you don't contribute financially to this household, I will stick you right back in the dumpster I found you in.
Did you just call me hot?
Anyway, we can talk to my manager down at Heckdonald's tomorrow morning and set you up with a gig there. For now, try to get some sleep, eh? Good night.
Thank you, Scarletta. Wait, you're not sleeping on the floor, are you?
Well, it's not like I have a choice. You're in the bed and I don't own any other furniture, so...
Scar, get up here. We can share the bed, it's no big deal.
Oh, right.
There. Better?
Much better.
And that about does it for Season 1 Redone. These past 6 months of rewriting, re-recording, and reproducing my entire first season from the ground up weren't easy. But now that it's over, I can confidently say that it was all worth the effort. Because I know that my younger self, the one who toiled in silence by himself, for himself for years, would be so fucking proud of what he's accomplished today. Proud of how his silly little show about wizards smoking weed and shooting eye lasers has managed to touch the hearts of thousands of people across the globe. Proud of the community he's managed to build out of little more than elbow grease and a dream. Proud of the, dare I say, damn good show he's produced. To him I say, thank you for never giving up. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for you. But as the old saying goes, the real Wizard Scroll is the friends we make along the way. Because Goblin Jesus knows this show would not be nearly as good as it is without their help. So now I'd like to take this time to thank John, Dr. Phil Anderson, and Ace D Wizard for making the writing process for this season so much more enjoyable than I ever thought it could be. Thank you, Chrissy Williams, Gabriel B., and Tim Jennings for taking my lead characters and really making them your own. Thank you to my lovely patrons, Gavin Reiser, Umbriel Shadow, Motorhead, and Dark Phoenix for your continued financial support. Thank you, Nick Vanamy, for the positively stellar show artwork you've provided me with over the years. Thank you, Skylar Giordano, James Hart, and Kier Joe for allowing me to constantly hijack your respective podcasts with my dumb shit. I'm so grateful to have such amazing friends by my side. And to you, dear listener, I say thanks for tuning in to me screaming about wizards for 4 years. It truly means the world to me that you're here, listening to this dumb show I make for fun. If you haven't already, check out all the previous episodes of the show and subscribe to the feed. That way, you'll be all caught up for next season, which will, in fact, be the very best one yet. And until then...
What are you still doing here, listener? The show's over. Didn't you hear the outro? What, you actually listen to the post rolls on these things? This isn't fucking Marvel. Get lost!